Deep in the rugged heart of the French Pyrenees, nestled within the crumbling walls of a forgotten church, lies a secret that has been silent for over a century. This isn't just any story, it's the tale of a renegade priest, a hidden fortune, and a mystery that continues to baffle historians and treasure hunters to this day. Our story begins in the sleepy village of Rennes-le-Château, a place so remote it seems time itself forgot to visit. But in 1885, the arrival of a new priest, Bérenger Saunière, would shatter that tranquility forever. Saunière was assigned to the dilapidated church of St. Mary Magdalene, a building in such disrepair it was barely usable. With meagre funds, he began basic renovations. It was during this work, while moving the main altar, that his workers made a startling discovery. Concealed within a hollowed-out Visigothic pillar was a set of parchments, sealed in wooden tubes. These weren't just old church records. The documents were cryptic, written in a complex code that seemed to dance between Latin and French, with hidden messages and strange geometric patterns. At first, Saunière was puzzled, but as he began to decipher the texts, his life took a dramatic turn. He became secretive, obsessed, making frequent, mysterious trips to Paris, where he was seen in libraries, poring over ancient texts and consulting with experts in cryptography and genealogy. He seemed to be on the verge of a monumental breakthrough, a secret locked away in the very land he walked upon. And then the money started to appear. Suddenly, this poor country priest began spending on a scale that was simply unimaginable. He didn't just repair the church, he lavishly redecorated it with bizarre and cryptic symbolism. Statues were placed in unusual positions, paintings held hidden meanings, and an inscription was carved above the church entrance, Terribilis est locus est. This place is terrible. It was a strange and ominous warning for a house of God. His spending didn't stop there. He built a magnificent neo-Gothic mansion for himself, Villa Bethania, complete with a sprawling library tower, the Torre Magdala, overlooking the valley. He hosted lavish parties, entertained high society guests, and lived a life of luxury that left the local villagers and the church authorities completely bewildered. Where was all this money coming from? The official diocesan inquiry concluded his wealth was merely from selling masses, but the numbers just didn't add up. The scale of his spending far outstripped any possible income from such activities. Rumors began to swirl like the mountain mist. Had Saunière discovered a lost treasure? Some whispered it was the legendary treasure of the Visigoths, plundered from Rome and hidden in the Pyrenees centuries ago. Others believed he'd found the fabled treasure of the Knights Templar, spirited away after their persecution in the 14th century. A more tantalizing theory suggested something far more profound, that Saunière had uncovered not gold, but a secret. A secret so powerful, so world-shattering, that the Vatican itself was paying him to keep it quiet. This theory hinges on the parchments. Researchers who have studied copies of the documents believe they contain genealogical information, a bloodline that could challenge the very foundations of Christian history. Could this be the secret Saunière was guarding? Was his wealth a form of hush money? Adding to the mystery is the priest's own behavior. He became increasingly paranoid in his later years, confiding only in his loyal housekeeper, Marie Nonode. He reportedly told her he was leaving the people of the village a treasure that would make them rich for generations, but he died suddenly of a stroke in 1917, taking the ultimate secret of his wealth to the grave. On his deathbed, he supposedly made a final confession to a visiting priest, who was so shocked by what he heard that he denied Saunière his last rites and absolution, leaving the room pale and visibly shaken. What could a man of the cloth confess that would provoke such a reaction? After Saunière's death, Marie de Narnaud inherited his entire estate, including his debts. She lived a reclusive life, promising to reveal the secret when the time was right. She would often be seen walking the grounds, and villagers claimed she would sometimes burn stacks of papers in the garden. She even sold the Villa Bethania with the strange condition that the new owner would have to wait for her to tell them. A great secret, but like Saunière, she died without ever revealing it, suffering a stroke in 1953 and passing away speechless. The mystery of Rennes-le-Château did not die with them. In the decades since, treasure hunters have flocked to the village, armed with shovels, metal detectors, and countless theories. They've dug up the church grounds, scanned the hillsides, and even used dynamite, hoping to unearth Saunière's fortune. But the French government eventually had to outlaw all digging in the area to prevent the village from being completely destroyed. So what are we left with? We have coded parchments, a suddenly wealthy priest, cryptic symbolism in his church, a secret so shocking it horrified another priest, and a promise of treasure that was never fulfilled. Was Bérenger Saunière a brilliant treasure hunter who found a lost fortune? Or was he a master manipulator, a heretic priest who stumbled upon a historical secret so explosive he was paid into a life of luxury and silence? The truth may still be buried somewhere beneath the sun-baked soil of Rennes-le-Château, hidden within the strange symbols of the church, or lost forever in the ashes of Marie de Narnaud's bonfire. The story of Father Saunière is a tantalizing blend of history, conspiracy, and treasure hunting. It's a reminder that sometimes the greatest treasures are not chests of gold, but the secrets that history has tried to forget. The hidden chest of the heretic priest may not have been filled with riches, but with a truth so powerful it could indeed make your heart stop. Thank you so much for joining us on this incredible journey into one of history's most compelling mysteries. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell so you never miss another adventure. What do you think Saunière found? Let us know your theories in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious.